Oh my goodness. All right. Um. Oh man. Today's the 25th. Yeah. Interesting. I'm like, wait, hold on. I gotta see this. How many people are? I've been seeing a good amount of people play Battlefield lately. It is mid, and it's midnight too. So, um, oh, whoops, I forgot. Hold on. Got to update that. Whoops. Whoops. Okay. There we go. Wow. Okay. Check this out. It's it's not crazy, but it's doing a lot better than it was before. A lot better. Because we would get usually we're around right here, just 28,000 mark of players online. That's usually that, and that's like the dead of the night, which right now. And who knows? Maybe it's summer break, but hey, I will take it. I will take this. I'll take this. That's good. That's good. I like that. This is happening. Obviously, because you could see like that. You could really see the jump. You know, the highest peak was 42,000. Looks like during the day, 50 something thousand, and then now this is when it released, when season 4 released, which is good. Yeah, season 4's released at this time, and yeah, people are still riding the wave, literally the wave. So, cool. Yeah, gain 15,000. Now I'm still gonna say it. They need to. They need to work on the. They need to work on the, um, network, like net code and stuff like that, because more and more people are starting to get, or yeah, more and more people are starting to get the packet bursts, the packet loss that we're experiencing now. Well, that I'm experiencing now. So, um, so that eventually, hopefully, they get that, that gets addressed. So yeah, I was just because I was curious. I was wondering. I was like, oh, what's this is interesting. I saw Helldivers 2 got what do you call it? Yeah, I saw that Helldivers 2 got the what's the name of it? Helldivers 2 is doing another collaboration, this time with Warhammer. So one of these days when that comes out, we'll have to do that. Also, letting you guys know. Let's see here. Yeah. Also, yeah. Also letting you guys know. We did get. Oh, well, not we, but I did. I did get Halo campaign evolved. I'm not sure when I'm gonna do it, but I got it. What happened was I did it for. I got doing the. I got it from gift cards and stuff. For doing the watch party for EWC. There was like certain goals that you had to do, like just stream a certain amount of hours of whatever games that you sign up for, and they had some where it was like $25 gift cards, $50 gift cards and stuff. And remember, I was doing Apex Legends and I was doing PUBG. So, and PUBG is not over yet. So I was getting like $100 pretty much for like the as gift cards. So what did I do? I went and got Halo, and then I just got GTA 6 as well. Now, again, yeah, it's a digital purchase. You know, getting the license and everything. And I'm not a big fan of the whole thing. I still wish DRM was addressed and was adjusted to where, hey, you purchase the digital product online, you keep it, it is yours, type of thing. I still stand by that. Yes, and I still love physical games. I have Ace Combat 8 and I have Gears of War that is going to be a physical, and it is going to be on the way. I'm going to go to Best Buy and pick it up and play it. That is the thing. But if the thing were to happen where we no longer somehow have Halo and GTA, will I be upset? Yes, I will. I will be completely upset. But I'm not going to be upset as I would usually be because I didn't spend my money on it. Yeah. That's just me personally. Does it sound shady? Yeah, it does sound shady. But the thing is, it's just like, still pissed. But hey, that's what happens. Anywho. Yeah, let's go ahead and let's get into some Battlefield. There's no winning with this humidity. There's not. Florida's great. Not gonna lie, Florida's great. It's just the humidity sucks. And the reason why I said the crazy thing is, you think living here for 6 years. Yeah, you think living here for 6 years, like you'd get acclimated to it. No, it's like the longer you live here, the worse it gets. Maybe it's because I'm like living to my means, surviving. All right. All right. So we got. Oh, we're almost to this. Okay. Nice. Kraken's Herald. Okay. Nice. All right. So we're still working on the SVK. It's the 8.6. I always kept putting a 6.8. It's an 8.6. Okay. We're almost done, or not almost done, but we're well over halfway, which is good. Well over halfway. We're at level 33. I lied. I am so sorry. We're at 33. We're not at 35. I thought we were at 35. Wow. I'm a phony. Okay. So let me fix that. Hold on. Dang, I thought we were, I solely believe that I thought I was at 33. Oh, it's because I forgot, because I had to stop early. I had to cut myself off. I remember I had to stop myself at 4. Also, chat. Man, this might be a rough one. I don't know. I didn't even drink any. I didn't drink. I didn't even make any G Fuel or anything like that. So this is gonna be it's gonna be an interesting one. Let me see here. Let's do. Okay. Yeah. So going back to what I was saying before. Yeah, going back to what I was saying before. The what was it? Halo campaign involved. I'm not sure exactly when I'm going to do that. Gonna play it for the obviously play the campaign because that's the only thing that's in there. But we're gonna see what has changed. I saw a little bit of stuff, and all I can say is the flood looks good. They look good, look terrifying. I know if I was a kid, that would like completely ruin me. Also, I want to check something here with we're doing the network system and stuff like that. We're gonna have that on there. Performance bar, hide always. Okay. Now they said the background opacity. I had it at 50. What if I put it? I'm gonna put it at 10 and see. 10, and then vertical position. I'm gonna lower it down to. Hey. It doesn't look very opaque, does it? Because opacity you want to have. All right, let's see here. Okay, so vertical position we'll do. We'll put it at 40. All right, what if I'm gonna put the background opacity to 100 and see what happens. Okay, nope, it just makes it solid black. Okay, so they're probably like, what the hell are you? Oops. They're probably like, what the hell is he doing? Where'd it go? Sorry, systems. Okay, let's go down to network graph. Opacity straight up to 0. There you go. Yeah, the downside is it's just blurry. That's the downside of it. It's very blurry. Oh, I forgot. I just changed my settings. My left paddle is net leg. So now I have melee as RB. Or not RB. I have melee as V. So I'm not holding down the stick or like do some weird stuff with the stick. So we'll see what happens there. Alright, let me double check challenges from creators. Yep. Yep. Stay with me. Great. Come on. And there goes that. So it's let's see, the top left, it says like TN. That is what I see have a spike after the drop, or that has that freeze or that pause. So maybe that's what it is, the TN, which after this game I'll have to look up what that means. Here's what this temp times will look like. The temp times. saw blue coming off my screen. Still don't remember what that was. Awesome. Oh. There it is. Oh, that's a good spot. Oh, that scared the hell out of me, dude. See, can I? Should be a good spot.
The enemy has taken Alpha. Be advised, objective Alpha is in enemy hands.
Nope.
Be advised, hostiles secured Alpha.
There. Damn.
All right, let's take this again.
You know, I'm actually surprised. There's no, maybe one day. I don't know. It's weird that they don't have the SR25. They don't have the M110. I'd kind of like that. I don't know what they call it. It can't be the SR25. What they call it, the SR. What they call it, the SR52.
Watching them!
Possible. No. These are with the hollow points too. Now. From the right? Looks like it. Oh! Right. 7 bullets left. But 7 bullets gonna do. Oh. He's right there. He's so right. There. I forgot.
Fuck, I'm bleeding out!
I can't even see. There's a body right in front of me. I was like, there's a body right in front of me. I can't see nothing. All right, I need to train my brain. B is the knife. B is the knife. Because if I hold down the right stick, I slide in and I dive. Did they take out? They did.
Hold it together, troops.
Oh.
Hostiles now hold objective
messed up. Oh. They're in front of the box.
Hit the door!
I don't know what it is. It could be me. It feels like with my scope, I feel like I'm doing this. Like I'm trying to look. I'm trying to like peek over. I don't know. It just makes my neck feel weird.
Cover short!
Also, I saw people got invited to War Dogs for the alpha test. Yeah, I saw that people got invited to the alpha test for War Dogs, which is cool. They did say there's no like no recording, no screenshots or anything like that. They said if we catch you, you're out. I was like, sick. Nice. Well, that's nice to see.
Mass casualties. Stay alive.
There's a guy who might have a thermal somewhere. Don't know where, but he might have a thermal. Oh, right, it went right in there. Where are you going? You guys better. Almost. Take your time, Gino. Take your time. 95.
Objective Alpha is in enemy hands.
Oh, enemy contact in my area! Contact! Enemy infantry engaging! Contact! Enemy infantry! Aye! Taking effective fire!
Hostiles now hold Objective Alpha.
Oh my goodness.
Watch my six!
That's why you gotta take your time. Baby, we can do it. Take your time, do it right. Yep. was told that. Okay, cool. No, there 8 times. I was told that the SVK in 2042 was a lot better. Is that true? So let's see. I have a total of 1,163 enemies spotted out of 2,000. Okay, I can get that. That's the only reason why I have the designator out, so I can spot people and get this challenge done. Get multi kills across all your season 4 battles. Okay. I do have drops in my tag. Okay, let me see here. If I do, okay, let me go back to system, network. Okay, vertical position. I want to go down, right? Yeah. System,
Be advised, the enemy forces are
network,
advancing on our
vertical
position.
position. We go
Defend the sector and deplete their numbers.
70. There you go. All right, covering the map a bit. I think. Yeah, definitely covering the map.
Attention, we have secured objective Alpha.
Look at that. That's great.
We need defensive support on the marked objective.
Oh, does need to fix that. We got a guy in here with friggin' 200 some odd ping. What are these pings? I'm leaving this one. Hold on. Sorry, I'm like tagging Battlefield in that clip that just happened. Let's see. It started happening. So hold on. Battlefield 6 TN. Time nudge. Okay, so it's time nudge. So I dedicated several hours trying to fix this problem, which make the game totally unplayable because the feeling of like having high ping despite you're not having it. This only happens to me on high maps and modes. So I can only play Domination King of the Hill Deathmatch. The fix for me, playing through community servers, I just filter the region South America in my case, and have a lot of servers for different modes. This can make me. This makes me think that an obvious problem related to EA official servers. If not, it would not make any sense that I can play normally on community. Let's see. None of the following have fixed my issue: updating the BIOS, XMP, updating drivers, increasing RAM speed on BIOS. The reason this issue occurs, to my understanding, after many hours of research, is because your PC and mine can't communicate necessary data to and from EA servers at a rate of 60 hertz, which is the speed of their official servers. Unfortunately, this can be caused by a number of factors, including improper RAM clocks, CPU bottlenecks, network issues, other things like that. But how the hell does that? It seems official servers run at 64 hertz while the community ones run at 32. At that part. The time nudge. Network and performance metric that spikes when your hardware struggles to sync with official 60 hertz game servers. High TN values cause severe rubber banding, slow motion bugs, or lag. Spiking. Let's see here. Edit how I fix it. This is what I ultimately did to fix it, and lets me have fine TN even on official servers. Enabling XMP, DOC, EXPO in your BIOS should be a simple toggle, as it gives your RAM more power to achieve its. Right. Yeah, going up to. Let's see. Looking at it. Let's see. Oh, all right. Sorry, guys. One more thing. Okay. Um. Sorry. Sorry, guys. Trying to figure out how I can fix this. All right. Hold on. I gotta fix something on my computer. All right. Alienware Command Center. Hold on. Gotta check my hardware now. Gotta love it. Chicken drivers and stone the drivers. It's weird. Like, again, it's weird because it's only Battlefield that does it. I don't get it. Let's see, hardware. 32 gigs of memory. Hold on. Task manager. Let's see here. I don't think this is gonna make any change. Sorry, trying to clear some stuff up. My bad. All right, got rid of Epic Games Launcher because I don't use that. Okay, let me see here. Found my PC. Um. All right. Let me see here. So, go to Alienware. All right. So, Alienware Command Center. Oh, hold on. And nope, that's not it. Okay. So, um, go to Performance or Dashboard tab. Okay. Dashboard tab and select Custom or Presets. Okay. Wait, basic. Trying to fix this thing. Oh, goodness gracious. Sorry, chat. I'm trying to fix all this stuff on my computer. Because, like, you can't play games or anything like that. Oh, my stuff was all out of date. Goodness gracious. Ugh. What time is it? It's only 1:22. Only 1:22. And this crap happens. You literally can't make this up. You can't. I would show you what it says, but unfortunately, it has information on there that's pretty personal. Ah. Damn it, 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 damn it. Sorry, guys. All right, let's see here. It's the sad thing about sad thing about this is you gotta wait for like you gotta wait for this stuff to update. All right, let's while we're waiting. All right. Well, while we're waiting, because I gotta really watch this. Let's watch Young Yeah. He's talking about the Halo campaign and his thoughts on it. So let's see.
Halo Campaign Evolved. I got to play through the full campaign, including the bonus missions. It took me about 12 hours to beat. I played 10 of it on PC, 2 on Xbox, and I'm sure plenty of others got this game on PlayStation 5, which is crazy to say. Seeing Halo on PlayStation, that's like seeing, I don't know, Mario on Xbox. It's just, it doesn't feel right. But hey, you know, more people gain access to this game, and I suppose that's a win. We are looking at a game that's $50 base price, and I'm here to talk about all of my experiences with it, whether I liked it, I enjoyed it, and what do I think about it versus like the original and the Master Chief Collection. The main thing, obviously, with this game is that it's gorgeous. It is very much a graphics-enhanced title. The graphics have been made from the ground up on Unreal Engine, and you know, looking at this game, it feels like what Halo looked like in my head at the time that Halo launched. And, you know, from a pure fidelity standpoint, it is definitely a night and day difference from certainly the original and even the Master Chief Collection version. The beautiful visuals just really breathe new life into familiar settings, set pieces, and scenes. It's like looking at the game through a whole new lens. And look, I'm not here to claim that some purists might not nitpick certain aesthetic changes and might not like certain things just from like an art style standpoint. Like, for example, for me, Cortana's design looks a little weird in cutscenes, and I don't know, there's something about her that looks a little off. But overall, I was impressed by the game's visuals, and its fidelity is only matched by its performance. I do think that, from my experience, the game runs really well. It was stable on Xbox, and on PC, I got to play this game on a 5090 laptop. So it's a 5090, but it's not as powerful as the desktop version. And I managed to achieve, you know, 4K, 60 FPS average without like frame generation and stuff like that. And if I would turn on frame gen, I'd get, you know, like over 100 FPS average. And, you know, no matter what the scenario, generally the game ran really smoothly. It worked really well. The performance was good, which is, of course, very important for a game that is a first-person shooter that requires the level of kind of responsiveness and precision of a first-person shooter like Halo. And then as I played through the game, beyond just how gorgeous the graphics looked, you know, it was very easy to see why Halo became such an iconic part of gaming history. I feel like Halo's gameplay is just timeless, and Halo 1 in particular, with its open sandbox elements and the vehicles, the variety of weapons, the gameplay scenarios you're put in. You just really remember how fun this was even back then. And, you know, with the new visual enhancements and through that new lens you're looking at this game through, you realize that this remake really didn't need to change all that much. It just needed to be relatively faithful to the original. It's a game that still holds up really well, though there are some aspects of it that I think have aged poorly. You know, there's a lot of copy and pasted corridors and shooting waves of enemies over and over again, you know, especially those like interior level design elements can feel a bit monotonous, and this is very early Halo. And of course, Halo's level design has evolved over the years, and there's some levels in Halo 1 that are not that great. You know, they're kind of very one note. But the gameplay of Halo kind of carries the experience, right? And the levels that are good, though, the ones where, you know, you've got big open sandboxes with warring factions and vehicles you can partake in and, you know, objectives that take you all over the place, those continue to be peak. And the fact that, you know, relatively speaking, Campaign Evolved stays true to the original Halo 1's level design. You know, and I think they could have updated a few more things here and there for some of the more monotonous levels, but generally, it feels like they understand that the original Halo experience is one that people still overall value greatly. But that's not to say that everything has stayed the same in Campaign Evolved. Beyond the graphical enhancements, there are a bunch of various additions and some overhauls and some quality of life changes that do separate Campaign Evolved from the original Halo. Beyond the in-game graphics being enhanced, you also got brand new pre-rendered cutscenes, and, you know, those are very cool to look at and super high fidelity. I will say I did find myself kind of missing the in-game cutscenes because it felt like a more seamless experience versus the pre-rendered cutscenes where it can be jarring seeing the visual aesthetic change, you know, pretty noticeably when you transition from gameplay to cutscene and vice versa. But the cutscenes themselves, I think, are really well done. You've got a remastered music and score. The dialogue has been re-recorded, whether it's for the new cutscenes that are featured in this remake, or even in-game, you've got more dialogue that add additional clarity and context in certain levels when it comes to your mission objectives, and I think those are welcome. And then when it comes to gameplay, you know, you've got a lot of those modern Halo elements kind of being retroactively added into this Halo 1 remake. You've got a sprint function now. And, you know, I know that purists maybe are a little skeptical about that aspect, and I'm not going to say that it'll be something that everyone will be happy with, though of course you can choose not to use it. But, you know, I didn't find that it didn't fit the overall level design. I actually found myself using it pretty frequently, and overall grateful that it was there. The sprint isn't so fast that you can blaze through levels that were maybe not designed for a sprint. And then for those more open sandbox areas, having the sprint to kind of accelerate the pacing a little bit. And, you know, all of that combined with how sprint comes into play during combat, I think ultimately it is a welcome addition to this experience. And then another change is that weapons like the rifle now have a zoom element. Certain weapons that in the original you couldn't zoom with can zoom in a little bit now. Again, more akin to modern Halo. And I think the overall feel of weapons is greater than what it was with OG Halo. I did go back and play some of the original Halo 1, specifically the Master Chief Collection, and the kind of sound effects, I think, are a little more punchy, and just the way the visuals kind of give that sense of feedback to the weapons. I think weapons just feel better in the remake overall. And again, I don't know if purists are about that or if they just want the feel of the original Halo, but I do like the feel of the weapons and the level of impact and feedback that they provide in this remake. I feel like melee does just a little more damage in the remake. I don't know if that's true. It just felt that way to me. I feel like TTK in general, time to kill, felt a little faster than the original Halo. Combat in general feels a little more aggressive leaning, a little more fast-paced than in the original Halo, and I feel like the AI was kind of more in line with that as well, where it feels like the AI was designed for that more aggressive feeling, faster paced gameplay, whereas the original Halo
sprinting
felt just a bit more like tactical and it's a matter of like what your preference is when it comes to style of gameplay. Halo 1 felt a little more methodical, a little more slower paced. The remake here, Campaign Evolve, feels a little more like forward momentum is the name of the game, with some tactical considerations when it comes to taking cover and picking up the right weapons and keeping track of your ammo count and stuff like that. And further reinforcing that style of gameplay with less pauses and, again, more of that forward momentum is the fact that there is no health packs in this game, unlike the original Halo 1. Instead, your health just automatically regenerates alongside your shield.
It is
so
weird.
You're not going to stop at any point looking for health packs. You kind of just focus on the shooting. And then adding new dynamics to the overall combat and gameplay and the various missions and scenarios is the fact that weapons that were not in the original Halo 1 campaign are in the Campaign Evolved remake. Weapons that were originally introduced in future games kind of come back in Halo 1. Certain enemy types like brutes that were not in the original Halo 1 have been integrated into the campaign, and their goal is to like try to adhere more to the current canon of Halo and also to provide more enemy variety. And then when it comes to level design, for the most part, Halo Campaign Evolved remains very faithful to the original, but it's not a 100% copy and paste of the original. Certain levels like the library, while the core essence of that mission is still the same, it has been varied up a little bit, and there is more guidance because some of those levels in the original Halo, like the library, was very easy to just get lost and everything looked the same, everything looked copied and pasted. And that's not to say that those aspects are completely removed.
No, it didn't seem like it was you get
On
lost.
some level, they still wanted to.
All you gotta do is
retain
just
that
follow
this is
follow
still
Guilty
the
Spark.
level,
That was
but
it.
They did add enough enhancements and enough.
I don't know about that one.
guidance and enough just additional elements and varieties in enemy encounters, as well as even visual variety as you go and progress through the level, that it feels much less like a chore. It's still, I would say, one of the less enticing levels of this whole experience, but I do think it's much better than it was in the original. And another way in which the game tries to make sure players don't feel lost, especially because, again, these maze-like hallways, one way they resolve that is by adding more objective markers. And they're not like egregious, they're very subtle in the way they're implemented, but I, for one, am grateful that these are in this remake. I remember playing the original Halo 1, and more often than not, I'd spend my time walking around not knowing where I am and where to go. And these more considerate, more subtle, but still more present objective markers do, I think, make for a significantly better experience. Purists may disagree, and, if that's your stance, I understand on some level. But for me personally, I feel like people would just not have a fun time.
I just think people
kind of being lost in all of these hallways that all pretty much look the same in certain levels. And
I think what it is, people just don't have awareness.
I think the objective markers are just present enough in this game and just more enhanced.
That's terrifying.
That they're not intrusive and they're not overly handholdy, but at least you kind of know where to go, and I'm about that. And just a better HUD overall that is just far more intuitive than, going back and playing the original Halo 1 through the Master Chief Collection. I did find myself liking the new HUD better. And of course, there's additional elements beyond weapons like the new vehicles in this game. The fact that you can actually take command of a Covenant Wraith, the alien tank especially, and they've taken the hijacking mechanic from future Halo games where you can essentially get in vehicles while enemies are still driving them and force them out of the vehicle, and you can commandeer the vehicle yourself. That is a mechanic that's been included in this experience in the remake of Halo 1. I think that's a very welcome addition in this one. And then they made enhancements to the Warthog so that it is now a four-seater. And so, for four-player co-op or for, some of the troopers that are on the ground that are AI controlled, you can have more people essentially tag along with you. And I think that's cool. I like that enhancement personally. And then adhering to more modern Halo game design, I noticed things like the rifle is more precise in Campaign Evolved. In the original Halo 1, the shots would spread a lot more, whereas in this remake, the reticule is a lot more honed in, so it feels more precise.
Hey, GTA 670 game, what's going on?
The needle weapon, which
right now we're I have to update my computer, my gaming PC. So
that's unnecessary
because with Battlefield, there's a situation where the time nudge will just randomly happen. It'll just there'll be an immediate spike and basically it's like everything will freeze except the camera. There was a clip earlier that I had. But basically we were in the game and there's a guy that turns a corner. I'm looking dead at him, knowing I can shoot him. Like I'm pressing the trigger and everything. I can't do anything. All I can do is look at him. I instantly get killed by this guy.
Bumper button. So those kinds of quality changes, I personally think are all good. I think these are positive things. And, you know, I could sit here and go through the laundry list.
And I never had that issue before in any other game.
Like Halo, it feels like
It just happened recently, so something that they updated. But to cover all bases, I'm gonna check all the stuff with my computer, make sure it's good, and then get back into Battlefield. And if it still happens, then it's literally their official servers. People are saying that on the if you do like the community servers or whatever, there's no issues. But with the official servers, there's a huge problem.
Additional story content that is by no means like game changing. I personally
and the thing is, it's like even
the lore, it just gives you
even consoles are doing even consoles are having the issue too. So
relationships and a little bit of additional context to what happened before the events of the Halo 1 campaign. But you know,
people are like,
it's a vital addition either. Yeah. And then the mission.
People are like, well, why don't you do your what did they say?
They kind of adhere.
Oh, they were like, how come you just don't do the
enemies and
what do you call it? They're like, it could be your CPU, it could be your GPU. You're gonna tell somebody on a not me, but you're gonna tell somebody on a PS5.
Anything that Halo 1 did
you're gonna tell somebody on a PS5 Pro, you're gonna tell somebody on the Xbox Series X, it's their CPU and their GPU.
But I feel like they purposely kind of kept it in line with Halo 1 style of level design of just like going from
that's what makes me laugh.
Corridor after corridor and killing enemy waves after enemy waves. But I feel like it could have taken those evolutions that Halo has taken in level design and just kind of vary things up a little bit more. But there are some cool vistas, there are some cool scenarios and set pieces, and there's even a dogfighting mission as part of the bonus missions that is very reminiscent of one of the missions in Halo Reach, and I think that was a highlight of the bonus missions. Overall, neat additions, not vital and not the thing that makes this whole package worth it. But it's still nice that we got additional content on top of the original campaign. I will always take new content. And the new content, while not entirely inspired and groundbreaking, you know, it's certainly not offensive either, and it's overall welcome. Now, one area where I think Halo Campaign Evolved makes a very clear regression is in the way split-screen co-op works now. On consoles, you can do two-player split-screen co-op. On PC, you can't do that for some reason. I don't understand why. I wish that was a feature that was in the PC version as well. But I got to test the feature out on my Xbox, and I got to play co-op a little bit with my wife. But because you require an account now, instead of this just being like a hop in, hop out kind of experience, instead of this being something that is very seamless and easy to do, you know, like Rayman Legends, right? You just boot into the game, you take a second controller, press A, and you're already doing co-op. And Halo Campaign Evolved, it doesn't work that way anymore like the good old days. Everyone now has to have an account, so setting it up was just a pain in the ass because my wife had this old account, this old Hotmail account, but she uses more, you know, like Gmail and stuff like that. And so she had to go back and look for her old password and reset the password because she forgot what the password was. And then log in was just like a whole process. And it just almost made her like not want to play with me because she was just like, this is taking too long. And that kind of friction is what wasn't there in the good old days of how split screen used to work, where accounts weren't required. And so I think that's a damn shame. Now, once we did get into the two-player split-screen co-op, it was a lot of fun. Though it is worth noting that two-player split-screen is 30 frames per second, so it did feel choppier. The gameplay didn't feel as smooth.
The
overall gameplay,
divvy it up.
the overall co-op experience is fun once you're able to get in and once you're able to like set up the accounts and everything. But having to set up these accounts in the first place for the second player, I think is a huge detriment to what should be a seamless experience. And I do think that down the line, when servers get shut down and stuff like that, you know, there's a question of like what will happen to the split screen co-op feature if account elements just don't function anymore. You know, the fact that you need an account at all and to log in at all for what is a local feature, I think is kind of bullshit. And I wish this is something that they would just patch out entirely. Now, one thing that I didn't get to try is the 4-player online co-op, and that is a cool addition. Though, unfortunately, no PvP multiplayer to give Halo the level of replayability that it once had. I think that is sorely missed, but there's a reason why this is priced at $50 instead of the, you know, full-fledged, you know, $70 or whatever. But what does offer replayability is, of course, the skulls, which is kind of an iconic feature of Halo at this point, and there are tons of them in
I thought it was me for some reason. I was like
3 per mission, including the bonus missions, and so there's a bunch of new stuff. These skulls are essentially gameplay modifiers akin to like cheat codes in GoldenEye back in the day and stuff like that, though some of these skulls make the gameplay experience harder, and then some add new cool features like a third-person camera mode, and there are just a bunch of these that you can use to play through the campaign and have different settings and have a fresh experience. There's even this feature called a campaign remix that unlocks when you collect 3 skulls of any kind, and essentially this allows you to replay missions but with randomized enemies and with randomized weapon pickups, and so that just allows you to like continue reliving the campaign and have new ways to play it. But, you know, the lack of PvP multiplayer, I think, is a bit of a missed opportunity because overall, I think the mechanics of this game are really solid. The shooting mechanics work really well. It's very fun. And having all of what Campaign Evolved offers in a multiplayer PvP environment, I think, would be an absolute blast. The gameplay refinements of Campaign Evolved overall, and this is just a game that feels really good to shoot in, and it's a shame that the replayability of PvP just isn't there. And then another major caveat to this game are some of the bugs that are encountered specifically on the PC version. One of the things that I noticed is that sometimes pre-rendered cutscenes would be choppy for some reason. I don't know why this would happen, but the more egregious issue that I encountered are the various crashes that would happen on the PC version. It crashed like once here and there, once or twice on earlier missions, but there was this one mission, Mission 9 Keys, where the game crashed constantly. It just like, it's this specific mission where something is wrong and something is technically off, because the crashes were so constant and egregious and happened pretty much in the same area that I actually could not finish the game on PC. I had to download the game on Xbox Series X to finish the rest of the 2 missions. And
I have a feeling what it is.
Cross saves, and so that worked out really well. But some people who buy the PC version, if you're encountering this issue, you might not have any recourse. And I did reach out to the developers about this, and they told me that it has to do with like the latest NVIDIA driver, so they seem to be aware of the issue.
Yeah.
So hopefully by the time that you play the game on PC, you're not going to have the issue that I had with Mission 9, where it was literally
what it is
to get through.
Because I remember doing this for game art and game design. All it is, yeah, it's a GPU. Basically, it's a GPU failure. It's not a hardware failure on yours. It's just the game, like something with the graphics of like the textures and everything that they did. It's just there's so much that's going on, it can't process your GPU, and it will just crash it. Like Unreal will just shut itself out.
RTX 50 series, which is what I was using when playing through this game.
This is happening with Battlefield as well.
For this
on Subaru Reef.
It will be that you will not have these issues at all. So that was a major issue that I really do feel like need to be pointed out, that I hope will be fixed. But with all said and done, is Halo Campaign Evolved like a good, fun game? Yeah, I think it's clear that there was a lot of love put into it. I do think there is a respect for the source material. I think that they retained what they needed to retain, like a lot of the level design that you remember from the original, a lot of the elements that you remember from the original, a lot of the fun, you know, physics and stuff. When you die and you blow up and you ragdoll all over the place, like everything that made the original great is still here. Will the changes please every single Halo fan? I don't know. You know, if you're a purist, I think you might have an issue here and there with some of the changes that they made. But overall,
that's going to happen.
What changes are here are so detrimental to the game that it ruins the experience entirely. There's no change that reaches that level. And a lot of the changes, I think, are overall positive. and do make for a better experience, especially enhancements in terms of guidance and navigation, and the library being something that got kind of smoothed out a little more, I think is a big plus. Some of the gameplay modernizations, I think for me ultimately did hit, and I think they work. Though again, if you just wanted that OG Halo 1 experience, the addition of things like sprint and the addition of things that weren't in the original game might throw it off for you a little bit. I personally found it to be more fun overall. But that's where personal opinions get involved. That's where things get fairly subjective.
Yep.
And with multiplayer, aside from the addition of 4-player co-op online, which is a nice addition, I think there are aspects of that are worse, from the absence of PvP to the way split screen is 30 FPS.
I am not the only one.
Account for what should be something that is a
I can't do anything.
local experience with
I'm on my other
requirements
computer.
whatsoever. But overall, I had a good time with Halo Campaign Evolved. I think it's cool that Halo gets to be introduced to a whole new crowd and to a more modern audience, because a lot of people just can't be bothered to go back and play the very original Halo. Though I personally do think that even for modern audiences, if they go back and play Halo 1, aside from certain levels, they'll still understand why that game is timeless. But Campaign Evolved just makes everything a lot more accessible and more enhanced, and something that modern audiences can enjoy, while old school players of Halo can still feel like, oh yeah, I am playing Halo 1. But I don't know, at the end of the day, I'd be very curious to hear what your take is on all of this after you've played the game. And I'd say with the level of replayability that it offers, with some of the features that it has, I'd say $50 base price is overall an adequate deal if you're the kind of person who beats a game once and 12 hours of a campaign isn't enough for you, and you're not the kind of person to just replay a game over and over again. Then maybe wait for a sale. But if you're into replaying campaigns with features like co-op and the skulls and all these things, there might be enough here that a $50 price point might be worthwhile for you. But it ultimately depends what you want out of this game. And there you have it, folks. That's my take on Halo Campaign Evolved. I'd love to hear what your thoughts and opinions are on this game in the comments below. And to be further updated on all things gaming news, reviews, and discussions, stay tuned right here on Young Yeah. I'll see you guys next time. Young out.
Good luck, Master Chief.
All right. Well, that was good. Let me... All right, network should be good. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. No. What the hell is going on here? Okay. I'm looking at too much red right now. Okay, that's not it. Okay, let's see here. Sorry, guys. No. Okay. Um. Watch this one while I try to fix some
I know I've
stuff.
made a lot of videos about this topic, but I think few topics are as relevant as they are right now, given how much I do value physical media, or at the very least, the protections that they offer. And I think that's something that applies to a lot of people. And I've already talked about all of the various developments surrounding this, from the actual official announcement to the mockery and rebellion that erupted, to all of the various aspects, like the rebellion actually going mainstream with NBC News starting to take notice, and even lawmakers now getting involved, especially where the protections that are being lost with the end of physical media concerns alongside what developers think about all of this. And, Sony's paid slots for their social media posts getting invaded by protest, that's something that developers are not happy with, given that they pay for those slots for Sony. So the backlash is having some disruptive elements that are taking effect, combined with, of course, developers just straight up expressing sadness about the end of physical media, given that, of course, having grown up with that is something that developers themselves value. Now, something that has been spreading recently surrounding all of this is some statistics and data that highlight just how much more digital is dominating over physical when it comes to overall sales. Not too long ago, we talked about this report from Sony's financial results back in May of 2026, where Sony reported that a record-breaking 85% of PlayStation game sales were digital in Q4 of its last full fiscal year. Though that data is somewhat misleading in that it does account for not just games that have been released both digitally and physically, but also games that are just all digital that never had the choice of physical in the first place. So there's definitely some skewing that's happening there. But at the same time, there's no denying that digital is still now the dominant form in which people purchase games. But that's not to say that there isn't a market at all for physical, that there isn't a significant number of people purchasing physical. Even if it is 10, 20%, that is still like a substantial amount. But the data that's been making the rounds over the last couple of hours, the last 24 hours really, is this information shared by Matt Piscatella, who is a games industry analyst who shared a lot of data over the course of, many years. And this is a piece of data that is making a lot of headlines across various news outlets. Here's what he posted recently on Blue Sky. Quote, 2 PlayStation video games sold more than 10,000 physical units in the U.S. during the week ending in July 11th, 2026. But the more relevant data that has a more zoomed out perspective on all of this is this one right here. 7 PlayStation video games have sold more than 100,000 physical units year to date. Within the last year, only 7 PlayStation titles that saw a physical release have gone above 100,000 units sold through that specific version, the physical version. And then when somebody followed up by asking if Matt is talking about PlayStation Studio games or games on the PlayStation platform, Matt said total PlayStation, all games, all publishers, all PlayStation platforms. This is basically data that highlights just how much more dominant digital sales have become compared to physical sales, and this is something that's been making headlines across all of social media. A bunch of news outlets picking up on this data due to how staggering this information is and how much of an ammunition it is for corporations like Sony to justify the ending of physical media. Now, I do want to add some additional context to that data. And one of the ways in which we can get a broader picture is through outlet Alinea Analytics, which recently posted the following statistics. This image right here that highlights some of the top-selling PlayStation games in 2026 and the ratio of digital versus physical. So we got titles like EA Sports FC 26 that sold 5.1 million copies total, and of that, 12% of that was physical. So that means that EA Sports FC 26 sold roughly 612,000 physical copies. One thing to note is that over 100,000 units sold could mean 101,000 units sold, or it could mean, 5 million units sold, or it could mean 600,000 units sold. Another example is Resident Evil Requiem, which saw a higher ratio of physical sales. Digital still dominated, but of its 3.5 million copies sold, Alinea Analytics estimates that about 27.8% of those sales were physical, which means that Resident Evil Requiem did still manage to sell almost 1 million units physically, 973,000 physical units specifically. Next up, we have 007 First Light, which, as of the reporting of this image right here, it sold a total of 2 million units, 21% of which was physical. That's still a whopping 420,000 physical units sold. Then we got Crimson Desert at 1.9 million copies sold, and then at 19.9% of the PlayStation version of Crimson Desert sales being physical, we're looking at roughly 378,100 units being physical in total that were sold on the PlayStation platform. And then Ghost of Yote actually had a pretty significant margin for physical sales. Of the 1.2 million units sold, 35.4% of those sales were physical, which brings it to a grand total of 424,800 physical units. So for the games that did manage to cross a certain threshold of sales, you can see that, well, yes, clearly a lot more digital units were sold. The physical sales were still relatively significant. The thing about the data that Matt Piscatella is presenting here is that not a lot of games within a given year sell, over 1 million copies, over 2 million copies or whatever, enough units that the percentage that physical games tend to sell at in this day and age would be able to achieve, over 100,000 units sold. But it does still highlight that the majority of sales do happen digitally, that the average kind of ratio of digital to physical is in the, 80% digital, 20% physical, sometimes 90% digital, 10% physical, and in some cases, 70% digital and 30% physical. And that's combined with the fact that a lot of games these days do just launch digitally, but for those games that do manage to achieve a good amount of success and sell over 1 million units, you do get physical sales that are over 100,000 units. And you do see from this ratio that, yes, digital is more dominant, but physical is not like the demand is so minuscule that it should completely be dismissed. But of course, for Sony and PlayStation, where their mindset is that if you look at how much money they make selling games digitally compared to physically, because with physical, they have to take into account, the cuts that retailers receive on top of costs involving manufacturing and shipping and all these things. The gamble that Sony and PlayStation are making is that at the end of the day, because they make more money from digital sales, getting rid of physical sales ultimately means that the profit margins that they achieve with just digital sales will make up for whatever losses they may have on the physical front for those who, might boycott PlayStation or unsubscribe and whatever. I've talked about this website right here that kind of broke down what platform holders make when they release and sell games digitally versus physically. So for first-party published games, for example, they make 100% of a game that costs $70, whereas with a physical sale, because of all of the various fees and costs involved, they only make $45.50. Instead of getting the full 100% of the whole pie, they only get roughly 65% of it. And then for third-party publishers who sell their games on platforms that are not their own and they have to give a cut to the platform holder, a $70 game sold digitally makes about $49, but it's sold physically, it makes $35. So that really is at its essence the core reason why corporations like Sony and PlayStation are trying to move away from physical. They want to make more of the pie. And of course, if they get rid of people's ability to kind of have a physical product that they can trade or sell and essentially put an end to the secondhand market, they stand to make more profit that way. Because right now, a game that costs $70 on PlayStation Store, you can get for, $25 on Amazon if you buy it used. The whole premise with Sony's strategy is that when they do go all digital, enough people who would buy physical will end up buying digital games anyway, that the people who boycott ultimately are not going to be too big of a loss because they're going to make that money back in the form of the higher percentage yield of revenue that they make selling digitally. Being able to make an additional $24.50 per every unit sold for first-party published titles and whatnot. And then in the long-term future, if everyone shifts towards digital and that becomes normalized, then, this is the status quo that they can maintain. They can have full control over how their games are sold and distributed, and also how they're accessed by the users. And recently it was highlighted how, Black Ops 2 recently surged to 5 million active players, even though this is a digital-only game. And, the margins are higher for all of these digital units sold. So the case for corporations and how they think and, the numbers that they're seeing, it's a pretty strong one in the corporate mindset and in their eyes, because ultimately corporations don't care about consumers and their rights and the conveniences that are offered to them. They ultimately care about a business model that ends up making them more money, regardless of the cost and what that means for consumers in terms of the rights that they lose. You can see right here Charlie Intel highlighting that these digital-only ports of Call of Duty Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 1, yeah, it still managed to sell really, really well. 5.25 million players for Black Ops 2 and 1.96 million players for Black Ops 1. These are, pretty old games that have just been ported over to modern consoles that did these kinds of numbers, and they only released digitally. So yeah, there's no denying that unless there is a major disruption to the financial results of corporations, they stand to benefit by going towards an all-digital future. The benefits are just too great for these corporations for them to care about consumer rights and consumer protections and all these things, which is why the argument surrounding all of this, the battle, isn't about the medium of physical versus digital, but rather about what consumer rights we have, regardless of whether we purchase physical or digital. Because the loss of physical discs isn't just about the loss of like the nostalgia of holding something physical that you can insert into a console that then plays a game. It's about those protections that we're losing. With a digital game, you're not able to buy, sell, trade, so on and so forth, and you're not able to have access to that bought product in perpetuity, because a digital product can at any point be revoked whenever the corporation who hosts that product feels like.
All right. Well, this is completely messed up. All right. Let's try. Somehow my gaming computer is like completely offline now. I'm connected to the internet, but like my router and everything isn't. I don't know. Okay. Okay. Now the PC restart, and then um, hopefully, hopefully. Okay. Network, advanced Ethernet. All right, and then wireless connection to improve your network connectivity until it's not close. Okay. Um. Okay. Let's see. Wait. Let me do task manager startups. Why the hell did my... Okay, that worked. Okay. I located the device. Let me add, let's see. Oh, I just popped my wrist. That felt nice. All right, never mind. Go here. Oh. Okay. All right, I'm gonna give this a go and see what happens. All right. I don't remember these. Ooh. Cool. That's cool. Was this PAX? Yep, looks like PAX. It's gotta be NATO. Yeah, it's NATO. They said I had. They lied to me. They lied to me. All right. If this doesn't work, clearly I know it's a problem with. Actually, hold on. Let me do. Like ping Battlefield 6.
Enemy forces have captured our position. Get ready to defend the sector.
This moves.
Hostile casualties are being reported.
Let's see how.
I need a fucking medic! Grenade! Forces are running low. Don't be easy targets.
Took a minute.
Watch my six!
Sorry, guys. Now I'm just trying this connection thing.
Move forward! Go, go, go! Go, go, go!
Hey, Pain, sorry, what's going on? Thanks for the raid, man. I appreciate it. How was your stream? Playing Borderlands 2? Nice. Pain Army has arrived, brought to you by Mr. Pain Zaro. Hopefully all is good, man. Welcome in, Raiders. My name is Alpha Chino. We are playing Battlefield. Oh, Warthog with the raid too. Sorry. My name is Alpha Chino. I'm a Battlefield content creator. We are playing Battlefield 6, trying to get weapons maxed out to Mastery 50. Right now we're doing the SVK 8.6, not 6.8. Currently level 34, I believe. I have to check after this. I believe it's level 34. Yeah, we're trying to get the guns maxed out and everything. Happy to see you up and killing it, my brother. I appreciate it. Yeah, I was just these are around the hours that people enjoy watching. No. Hey man, just wanted to raid out to someone. I'm Wardy manager for the regiment content creators and was streaming with Mr. Pain. Oh, okay. I see you. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you too. Yeah, I still got my old regiment jerseys that I bought and everything. I don't know if those fit me though. Yeah, we're doing some Battlefield. There was an update happened where there's like some somewhat wild server issues that were going on. I've been getting them quite a bit. So what I'm trying to do is figure out what's going on. We were playing earlier and then I had to do some updates and stuff with my computer, things like that. So this is probably not gonna do anything. Yeah. So we have no, get out of my way. Don't. That will always upset me when people do stuff like that.
Watching them!
GTK, no fun in this game. Wait. Did somebody already? They did. They already took out that wall. Hey. But I'm gonna hit the hay and lurk. Hey, I appreciate it. Thanks so much for the lurk. decent time.
Need a fucking medic! I'm trying to make it! Hold on!
Objective Bravo captured by
I owe you one.
Can you get out of my way, dude? Oh my goodness gracious. Oh, I hate when people do that. Have a good stream, bro. I appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. Yeah, if you gotta head out, I completely understand. It is really late, so get some rest, get some food, chill out.
I knew you had my back. Need a medic! Thanks for that. Need a fucking medic!
Man, this gun kicks with the.
Man down! Man down! Fuck! Medic! Let's go! Back. I need a medic! Reloading!
Bravo is under enemy control.
Swarming all around!
We need rally defense on the objective.
Objective Alpha under control.
The enemy is taking objective Bravo.
Bring it down! Got ammo for you! Alright, up some dirt on it! We got a man down!
Funny thing is, everybody went.
They got stairs! Stay low! Start! Short set, stand by! Medic! I'm out! Spare ammo for you! Frag out!
Be advised. Take
this ammo!
Watch your back.
Watch my six! Watch my six! Here's some ammo! Let's move! Cover Troy! Back!
Pick up all the grenades.
Reloading!
Can't see that because so much fire. I can hold this spot right here. There's a guy in the tunnel. Watch it.
Reloading! Here's some ammo for you!
Get down! Reloading!
Charge set! Stand by! Explosive set! Get cover! Grenade! One, two, grenade! Take it fire!
There we go. There we go. Nice cap. Go get A. Go get A. Somebody go get A. Go get A.
Our forces suffered 50% losses.
Hostiles everywhere! Contact! Taking fire! Hey! Thank you!
There we go. Nice.
Retreating. Still tracking enemies inside the sector. Wipe them out.
One of these is gonna have a game with you. Yeah, man. Yeah. Right now, I'm just like putting myself through. Right now, I'm just putting myself through hell, trying to do these mastery camos.
Watch your backs.
I want to shoot. I want to get in the. I want to get into the fight, but this gun doesn't allow you to do that. All right, let's put it on the. Oops. Get out of that. Let's put it on a times or clocked at 200 meters. Not clocked. I have it set at 200 meters. Let's see what happens here. Get up there. Oh. That's hitting the, yeah, that's hitting the thing. Also, what did we meet? We met face to face last year at TwitchCon. Yeah, we met at it was at the Ubisoft little Ubisoft party. The funny thing is, we were all just sitting, we're all just like sitting there like it was a damn council, just talking about Ubisoft, how it was back then and how it is now and stuff like that. I mean, I remember they were like, if you have any questions, let me know. And I was like, I have many questions, but I don't think you guys will be able to answer them. Like, X-Defiant, why didn't you guys give that game a chance? That game has so much potential. That could have been like the alternative to, like FPS games. So people weren't playing Call of Duty all the time, because we had that, and then also we had the finals. And I'm just like, bruh. Now I see there's development about about Division 3, and I'm like, ooh, okay. I know there was Tony was there. He was he's the OG Division guy. I was honestly really enjoying X-Defiant. I was really starting to grow. I just feel like I got this bad luck when playing. I have this bad luck when I want to do content creation for games. It's usually games that just die out, or that don't do well. Ooh, that 10 times. And that's what pains me every time. That's what pains you. I see what you did there. Yeah, it just sucks, you know.
Enemy still present. Hunt them down.
Yeah, it just sucks that we're just going through all that. There it is. And that's what I was looking for.
Watching them!
I forgot it's not the firing doesn't go off the scope, it actually goes off the barrel, so I'm not always gonna, if I aim like this, it's gonna hit that. Unfortunate, but it is what it is. But growing is still my biggest challenge. Honestly, it's the same here. Like, I'm doing well for like Battlefield and stuff, but it's like when it comes to like now it's like for instance scheduling, you know, like I can get a good amount of people late at night, because usually that's when people want to just like chill. Right leg. Yeah, people just want to chill and stuff like that, which don't mind me. It'd be kind of cool to have some people come in and chat, you know, things like that. Because if I stream, because if I was like, let me try streaming in the mornings or in the day. I tried, I was barely getting any. And now it's like, now what I'm trying to do is get like YouTube numbers up as well. Try to get watch hours for that, and that's a whole monster in itself. I found out an easy way to do it is live. Well, a way that has helped me so far is live stream. Some people will come in and I'll be able to be able to stream, or some people will come in and it'll be like, oh yeah, I got, you know, a few watch hours here, a few watch hours there, type of thing. I will say the lighting for the fire in this game is nice. I will give them that. Oh, I saw a dude over here. Popped up on the radar a little bit. This is gonna get crazy with grenades.
Hit the deck! Spare ammo, here! Thanks.
Find cover!
Oh.
Hey, thanks. Reloading!
Yeah, one shot on him.
Hit the deck!
Fuck yeah, good shot!
Man down! Grenade! Get cover!
Man, if somebody can give me a
Yo, ammo over here! Take it! I'm hit!
did I say that right? I did. That doesn't help. I don't know if there's a beacon over there or what. I have to sit here and look. I don't know if the seems like there is a beacon. No, that's just fire. It's a heat doing that.
Our forces are hitting Alpha.
No headshot.
Hostiles now hold objective Alpha.
Watch my six! Holy shit, that was close!
Thank
Here,
you.
take this ammo! Find cover!
Stay with me!
Get cover! I need a medic!
Hurry!
I'm okay! I'm okay!
Right here!
Thank you!
The body.
Turn the turn!
Reload it! Swarming all around!
Oh, what's the? Move.
Taking fire!
Enemy has taken Alpha.
Grenade! Need a medic! Get down!
Slid, but I couldn't get back up. All right, now we got the timestamp on.
Objective Alpha is in enemy hands.
Be advised, the enemy has taken Alpha. Close to being wiped out. Use cover. Hostiles now hold objective Alpha.
That box, like, oh,
Stop it!
let's see here. 35. It's gonna be a big old glint.
Be advised, hostile attack is imminent. Defend your objectives and deplete all enemy forces.
Hostiles all over the place!
Needed on the marked objective.
Man down! Run away!
Down up along here!
We have secured Bravo.
Oh, my game broke.
Objective Alpha is under control.
That was great. Let's see if it's still broken. Oh, something happened there. I don't know what, but...
Be advised, Alpha is under attack. Enemy forces have been depleted. Keep on the attack.
Can't deal with the pain.
Find cover! One more thing!
I don't know. Didn't know what that was. It just, I looked out of place. Tag two.
Hostile forces at half strength. Deplete them further.
There's a lot of guys getting spotted. Holy.
We need to defend the marked objective.
Hey!
Objective Alpha is under control.
Run away!
Come along!
This is our objective. Take it. Hands up! Hostiles in close!
Objective Alpha has been lost. Objective Alpha is under control.
Yeah, I'll just sit back here and watch.
Hostiles are attacking objective Bravo. Objective Bravo has been secured.
Defensive position is needed on the marked objective. Objective Bravo has been secured by hostiles.
We have eliminated half of their forces. Good work.
Get down! Get down! I got spare! Get down! Get down! Bueno! Un poco! Contact! Taking fire! Hit the gun! Get down!
Oh,
Drop him down! Take that! Holy fire!
Got ammo for you!
Stay down. Are you guys good?
We are attempting to capture Bravo. Objective Bravo has fallen to the enemy.
Oh, hold on.
We have captured Alpha. The enemy has lost most of its forces.
Attention! Objective Bravo has been secured by hostiles.
Objective Bravo has been secured by hostiles.
All right, that's a lot better. I was sitting there like, I kept.
Attention! Our troops have secured Alpha.
I just realized my reticle jumped like crazy.
All right, our
Timing I got on that.
troops have secured Alpha. Hostiles have seized Bravo.
Attention! We have captured Alpha.
We have captured Alpha.
I don't know how. You know, sometimes firing doesn't. It just doesn't align.
Objective Bravo has fallen to the enemy. We're attacking Objective Bravo.
Like I was shooting. I kept shooting that one like that spot at that guy, and then it should have just been an easy kill. It wasn't. Auto ping host automatically loads a ping graph. which shows the quality of your connection to your game's host server. When unselected, you can manually select the host icon. Oh. You're just outside of the recommended range. There's only 3.
Say it with your chest.
There's only 3. Only 3 pings. We got wait, hold on. Where is this at? So pings are good for Atlanta, where I'm at, around 4 in the morning. So dumb. All right. Did I do? Hold on. I gotta make sure I did the challenge. But what did I complete? Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Very interesting. Wait, how many spots do I have? I need to spot 800 people. I don't know. I don't know if I ever got to 800, but we'll try.
All units, we are under attack. Hold your ground until the enemy forces collapse.
Maybe having a 10 a times 10 on this is not ideal. Come on.
Explosive set! Get down! Drop down!
Okay, our troops have secured Alpha. Objective is under threat.
85. No way. grab it.
We need defensive support on the marked objective. We've lost control of Alpha.
Cover me!
We have eliminated over half of their forces. Good work.
Right, we have secured objective Alpha.
Get going! Come on, let's move!
Medic!
Objective Alpha is under control. We've lost control.
Not like completely unnecessary.
Bravo for you!
Objective Alpha is under control. Objective Bravo is under attack.
No, you're not. You are not res me right there. Nope, that's not gonna happen.
Our control of Bravo has been lost.
The enemy have captured Bravo.
It sucks with the connection and the ping, because I could feel when I move sometimes it pulls. I don't like that.
Be advised, objective Bravo has fallen to the enemy.
$47? I did 2 hits on you. How the hell did I die from that?
Objective Bravo has been secured. Be advised, Alpha is under attack. Marked objective is under threat. Defend the position. Enemy forces are on the brink of collapse. Finish them. Be advised, our troops have lost objective Alpha. We have secured Bravo.
Did I just randomly spawn there?
We now control Bravo.
Jump, keep it up.
Alrighty. Alright, guys. Heading off. I will be on. In 2 hours, I'll be on. We'll do the PUBG watch party and everything. I appreciate you guys. Yeah. When it comes to the. Oh, excuse me. So yeah, we're at 36. Okay. Yeah. When it comes to the. Well, we went up 3 levels. That's good. When it comes to the connection, I have no idea. I have no idea. But, yeah, I'm gonna head out. I'm gonna send you guys over to Trigger. He's been off for an hour, so we'll go raid him. It's been a while since we've seen him. I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys so much for hanging out, and I'll see you guys in a few. If not, I'll see you guys in the next stream. All right, have a good one. Later.